But I have another matter that I wish to raise with you here tonight. I have in my hand a copy of a memo from the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Ms. Erla Harewood Christopher. And this memo has a subject, and it's called Request for Consultation and Stakeholder Comments on the Firearms Control Bill. So they want to change the law for gun ownership in this country. But here what they want to do. They want to do two special things. I wish if I had more time here tonight, I would have given you all the whole story about what they're doing. But I want to focus on two issues here tonight. And those two things is that, the first is that they want to create something called a gun-free zone. You know what is a gun-free zone? It means that even if you have a legal firearm, you cannot go into that place. And these are the new gun-free zones. The Parliament, courts of law, schools, colleges, universities, childcare centers, places of worship, community centers, banks and other financial institutions, taverns and bars, and any government building that is deemed to be a free zone, a gun-free zone. Now, let's analyze this thing. So a businessman going to the bank to withdraw money, where he going to keep his gun? He can't go in the bank with his gun, you know, because that is a gun-free zone. And you know who will know that? The criminals. So what you are doing is that you are increasing the risk of this man getting robbed. Because the criminals know when he leaves the bank, he have no firearm on him. Because the firearm either home or it's in a police station. Agree? So that is what they want to do. They are exposing people to risk. Imagine a businessman or somebody who has a firearm. Get a call, he on the road, he has his firearm on him. Listen, your son in school, he probably get beat up because we know what's going on with the school violence. He can't go in the school with that firearm. He have to go in a police station first, go home first, and then go in the school to treat with the emergency. That is what they want to do in this country. They want to create gun-free zones. What they are doing is that they are cracking down on legal gun ownership and allowing illegal gun ownership to spread rampant to this country. So it makes no sense to have a legal firearm in this country anymore. So that is why when Kamala Persad-Bissessar says to free up the regulations and stand your ground, it means that you have to protect the citizens. Because what Rowley and his government want to do through this bill is really water down your ownership of a firearm. Imagine you have to go to church in the night, or you go to the temple or the mosque, and you're going home in the night. The bandit know you don't have no firearm with you, you know. So you know where's your position. And that is the risk that they are exposing people in this country to. And that must stop. Look with the issue with the schools. When they were shooting around the school, you all remember the Rose Hill RC school? When the children were under the table? What it was, a man with a legal firearm shooting? It was an illegal firearm. Where are the policies to get the illegal firearms off the streets? That is what we have to ask this government. It's not about the legal ownership of firearms. It is the illegal ownership of firearms. Then they want to have a new thing called, something called the Firearm Licensing Board. So in the country, the law is that the Commissioner of Police will be the only person who can give you a firearm license. They now want to introduce a board. And what they're saying in the letter is that, this is what Amo is saying in the letter. He said the establishment of a firearms licensing board to limit the discretion of the Commissioner of Police granting license. So what they want to do is that when this board make a recommendation, the Commissioner of Police have to rubber stamp that recommendation. Who you think they're putting on that board? Who you think they're putting on that board? They're putting their own P&M operatives there on that board to grant firearm license. Why are you taking out that power from the Office of the Commissioner of Police? Because what? You don't get a commissioner you don't like? Is that the problem? That is not how our democracy runs. We have to respect the rule of law. And we will stand our ground on this particular piece of legislation. Because this piece of legislation, they should take it and throw it out in the dustbin. That's what they should do with this. Because this limiting the Office of the Commissioner of Police and exposing people to additional risk in this country is a recipe for disaster. And we will stand with the law-abiding citizens of this country. We have already indicated our policy. We are going to introduce laws to stand your ground so that we could fight back against the criminals. Are you all in agreement with that?